Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. We're going to be trying out the side EZA Great Ape Turles in against Red Zone Omega. Not the entire team, but the majority of the team. Ginyu and Rakuman Goldo don't actually go on the Fizz Turles 200% lead, but everyone else does. Of course, because I didn't pull him, we're going to have to make do with Great Ape Turles' other 200% lead, which is Ginyu. The other one is Raditz, but we know how doo-doo Raditz is, so we're definitely not going to be doing that. And annoyingly, Cooler is locked. I completely forgot I finally actually have a dupe in him, so hopefully we don't get super attacks. I'm not gonna lie, it's been actually so long since I've used like the majority of units that are on this team. Like, I haven't used LR Final Form Cooler in months. I haven't used Ginyu in months and months. Haven't used EZA AGL Turles in a hot minute, because I haven't really no additional supers are popping, no, just basics. Thanks for that. Of course, since I haven't been using Ginyu, I haven't been using Rakuman Goldo. Like, so many of the units on this team I haven't used in so long. But the team, I wouldn't say it's a mess, but we couldn't put it together as good as I wanted to do it, just because I'm missing the Fizz Turles, and I kind of wanted to bring him just because, you know, he does really work well with the Great Ape unit. But that does mean we're lacking a slot 1 unit, which if we're going to do any more red zone runs, we're probably going to have to modify the team a little bit, or potentially not run Great Ape Turles on a 200% lead. Like, if we just run him on the 170 with like 2 LR Final Form Coolers, we could have brought like Golden Freezers with us, which would have been great. But this is not a bad rotation, I can't lie. 310k defense right now, which is great. And of course, once our key is 9 or more, we will have an extra 120% attack and defense. And of course, everyone in the team is a Space Traveling Warriors category unit, so we do have that 120% defense. And then we're also going to have that 50% chance of an additional, because we have a Planetary Destruction ally right next to us. The only thing that's a bit annoying currently is key for both of these two. But I think we should be fine to be able to... Maybe not. Maybe not. That's actually... What? I mean, to be fair, we should get key +3 once we pick up orbs, because our key is definitely 9 or more. But yeah, that was a little bit of a mess. Little bit of a mess, but I'm pretty sure Turles, Great Ape Turles specifically, should be good enough to be competing in here. You know, damage wise anyway, he should be pretty good. Defensively 300 plus K is only going to get him so far, but you know, we're starting things off slowly. Yeah, see that key that he gets, I forgot we could actually stun here. That's actually quite useful. That's that 50% chance to stun coming in, and an additional with a big crit. Of course, because we do have a Planetary Destruction category ally with us at all times right now, we also have the possibility of super attacking 3 times in 1 turn, which means we could actually do some pretty decent damage. Like, some pretty decent damage in 1 turn. Especially if he decides to crit one of those additional supers as well. The only thing, as I said, what is going to kind of be very apparent is we don't have a slot 1 unit next to him. Which, as I said, if we are going to do that, I am going to have to like massively reshuffle the team for any other like red zone runs we end up doing with him. Just because having Fizz Turles in slot 1 really isn't the play. So that may mean moving Great Ape Turles off of the 200% lead, which I don't really want to do, because I want to use him at his best. We do get the Great Ape transformation. I'm not gonna lie, this is probably the best time for him to get this, because we currently have type advantage. So it's kind of a good time to get this, and also not the best of times to get this, because 1, we have type advantage, so we don't really need this. But also, it's good that we got this, because we have type advantage, which means the Great Ape transformation will actually kind of do some decent damage compared to if we were type neutral. The only annoying thing is we didn't manage to super attack with any of the attacks we got going on. Oh, we did get an additional. That's great. That is great. So yeah, at least the actual transformation is actually doing some damage right now because of the type advantage. So you know, it's ups and downs, catch-22 kind of situation. But orb placement, I can't like, why is orb placement so doo-doo, bro? Like, what's going on? I'm actually going to save that for both Turleses, like, for them to easily get key to super, but why is the orb placement so doo-doo for us right now? Like, it's actually quite bad, I'm not going to lie. I mean, if we get an additional on the third one, that would be kind of great, but I kind of feel like the Great Ape form's been kind of wasted. No, I mean, yeah, we literally super attacked like, what, twice? Right, this is a really nice turn. Because not only are we well linked up, but we also have this guy's support as well. Do you know what? I think I might do this. Or this. I definitely don't want this guy in slot 1. How many dupes does he have? He has 2. You need to link level him as well, boy. Because, my brother, because he needs big bad bosses. But I think I'm going to do this. Just for the type advantage. I'd rather have the type advantage right now. And this is what I mean. I may have to, like, really reshuffle the team. So we have a slot 1 unit if we do any more of these videos. Because Great Ape Turles is going to need it. He's going to need someone next so we can go in slot 1. And the EZA Dokkan Fest Turles definitely isn't the unit to do that, nor is the new Fizz Dokkan Fest Turles either, but 7.5 million. Additional. Basic, another one. He actually did additional twice, but no super. That's really annoying. Because he would have raised his attack by 50% twice. No, sorry, not twice. 3 times. Which, while having type advantage, means he would have actually done a ton of damage this time. Like a ton of damage. And again, if he would have critted on any of them supers along the way, he actually generally probably would have shredded Omega's health bar, like, right down. No super attack there, which is great. We finally got Ginyu on rotation with Goldo and Raccoon. I don't think they've even built up whatsoever either, which is not the end of the world, but it would have been nice. Oh, damn. How much is damage just going to do? A bit, but we're good. We're good. We are good. They got 2 dupes in, so an additional super is definitely possible here. Whether it happens is a completely different story, but it's me, and it usually never happens, so there is that. They did crit, though. Yeah, see, look, no additional. They did crit, though. They did crit, at least, I guess. But, I mean, so far, Great Ape Turles has started well. It's just I don't see him being used in the more recent stages. He just doesn't have enough defense going for him. Like, you know, if they gave him defense along with the 50% attack, you know, that would have been great. Again, that only would have done so much for him realistically as well. But defensively, he just doesn't really have a lot going for him too much. But again, this is a side EZA, so for him to be like, you know, kind of red zone ready to kind of take on all stages, it's not going to happen. Like, this isn't an Inzamasu or Trunks situation where they are so good anyway that their EZAs were bound to make them, like, insanely good or good enough for, like, difficult content in the game. You know, I'm actually going to slide him in slot 1, see how he does before he supers, because he does get that 120% attack and defense when key is 9 or more. I'll D-tank before that. Actually, no, we've already got it, because our key is 9 or more. But double digits anyway. Again, good damage naturally while having type advantage. The additional doesn't become a super again, and we don't get the PTO either. PTO? Why am I calling it PTO? Why have I called it PTO? I don't know why I've been calling it PTO. It's PTS, Potential System. Actually, it's not even PTS either. It's PS. It's actually HPS. I don't know why I've been saying PTO. Like, I've been taking the PO from Potential and S from System. is actually meant to be HPS, Hidden Potential System. Well, I feel silly. I feel silly. I've literally said this in like 2-3 videos, and for some reason I've been saying PTO. It's definitely not PTO. I'm not a personal trainer either. It's literally HPS, Hidden Potential System. I don't know why I've been saying PTO, bro. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know what's wrong with me. That's funny. That's actually jokes. But yeah, I can't imagine outside of here. Like, he's done well here, I can't lie. But I can't imagine outside of here, probably Cell Max and maybe Broly. Like, I think if you can keep him safe and along with items, he should be fine. But mainly here, Cell Max and kind of Broly if you protect him. And that also means going in slot 3. I think that's probably as far as it goes for this Turles, which is pretty good because, again, let's not forget, he is a side EZA. So he's not meant to completely run riot in red zone. That's not what his EZA is for. It's just mainly to make him runnable in content. Like right now, I'm pretty sure Omega does like 420k on a basic. So 310k defense isn't gonna be enough. And with defense like that, especially with after this, a lot of the stages getting a lot more difficult, and now Fusion Zamasu, the Shadow Dragon event. Again, he's not meant to be running those events, but if realistically, if we were going to run him, we are going to have to reshuffle the team, which means he does go on a 170 lead, which knocks him a bit because he's going to have even less defense. But at least there's a slot 1 unit. But for a side EZA to kind of compete as well as I can imagine him competing in the likes of red zone, and as far as we could probably get him to being used, he's actually still, again, he's a very solid EZA. Like, yeah, look at that, 140k on a basic. 140k. Now, again, if I used an item to not see how much he was taking, you know, we are tanking that a lot better. And naturally, the super attacks we could potentially be hit with as well. Double digits, straight after, double digits. Double digits. I'm pretty sure that attack and defense plus 120 when Kia's 9 or more takes effect after you super, or basically when you're supering. That's when the game registers, all right, that's where your key's sitting at. Because if it was before, we would have tanked that for double digits already. Not after we supered. So I do think that 120% attack and defense when Kia's 9 or more kicks in when he supers. Because as you saw, we went from 100k on a basic pre-super, even though there's no SA effect for defense, to double digits afterwards. So I think that's when that 120% kicks in. So you're looking at like, what, over 400, maybe 400? Well, actually, no, it's definitely got to be over 400k because we're going to die here, but it's fine. This Omega does 410, 420k on a basic, on a normal attack, and we just tanked that for double digits after we supered. So yeah, that's when that 120% attack and defense, I think, kicks in. And that means Great Ape Turles has over about 420k defense at least after he supers. So yeah, if we're going to do any, like, we're going to do potentially Broly, but Broly, Cooler Core, anyone else that kind of hits as hard as they do, especially on like normal attacks, we're probably going to have to put him on a 170 lead to get a good slot 1 unit to go with him. Which is a shame, but you got to do what you got to do. Space Traveling Warriors it has some very good units, but it's not the best kind of constructed, put together team where you have like slot 1 units ready to go and kind of have a bit of everything. Like, you have to put them on the 170 leads to get them in, which is, it's not the end of the world. It would have been nice if we could have kept him specifically on a 200% lead. But we'll see, we'll see. But yeah, he must have over 400k defense after he supers at that point. Because I said, to tank that double digits, which is actually pretty good, which means with a Whis, he could actually kind of contend in some of the more difficult stages. As long as you keep him safe, and his damage output is actually pretty solid for a side EZA. So yeah, for a side EZA, he's actually pretty good. It's just a shame the teams he goes on, or at least the 200% leads themselves, aren't a bit better than they actually are. If they were a bit more like better put together, where you could get him on the 200% lead and maybe a few other units, like slot 1 units, he'd probably be in a much better position. But I'm not gonna lie, for a side EZA, he's good. He's solid, man. He is solid. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Take care. Have a good rest of your day. and peace.